everybody, let me talk in this video about debugging. Debugging means you execute your application step by step and see what happened in every step. It is very good for beginners to understand how program flow work. So if you remember in the previous video, when you want to run application, just click this one and we see the result. But what about if you want to execute the application step by step? To do that, you use debugging. So if you want to start from here debugging, or from here start step by step, just go front the line and double click, and here you'll see this one. This one means you are in debugging mode. You could remove it by double click again and remove it, or you could return it back. So now to execute the program step by step, you will click here debug. You will not click run. So just click debug. You will see different screen. If you see, here is my application code, and here is my variables, and here is my debug mode. So now if you see, I'm in line 16. I don't have any variable initialized yet. So if I see here, I have two things. I have step over and step into. Step into mean if you have a function call in your code, he will go to the function and execute the function also step by step. But step over mean if you have a function call inside your code, he will not go to the details of the function. He will just bring the function data and give it to you. So I'm prepared to use step over. I don't have function. I don't want to see the details from function yet. So I click run. I will see here. If you see, first thing, the project or the application in line 15 or 16, we define number 1 equal 5 here. But if you see now, I'm in line 17, but I don't see number 2 here because line 17 still did not execute yet. So if you click run, when this one execute, I see number 2 equal 15. That's great. If I click run again, if you see, I have number 3 equal 4, define it. Now, if you see how every variable initialized, now when I click run again, if you see sum also initialize it. If you see sum 65, but also number 1 is updated. If you see, number 1 changes to the 4. And this is the basic how you could run your application step by step. If you want to see the result, if you see, when this line execute, you'll see the result here, summation equal 56. This is a basic operation. If I click next again, you see number 2 equal this number. So debugging is an excellent way to you to understand how program flow and how the application executes step by step, and you'll see the details, the variable data that will help you to understand how the variable data change and where is your error. Now I want to return back to normal mode, so just click this one, Java EE, you will go back to the normal mode, and just you could stop the application. Here we done, and see you next.